What's up, everybody? Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. When we left off, we got rid of the Mark II and completely converted everything over to the Mark III. We played around a bit with the, I don't know what the actual mod is called, but the more variants of solar panels in order to get some more solar panel placements in place, hence placement. So you'll notice I turned the engines off. I'm trying to conserve power as much as I can until I can get the solar panels completely up and running. This is going to bug me, so... oh, I can't put that there, okay. Don't have any armor on me. I think I'm... what am I carrying? Oh, I was making windows, okay. So... let's just go down here, and I can show off a little bit of what I've been up to. Why is there like a peg right there? Oh, I guess it's done it all over the place. Okay. So I've decided I am going to actually leave this assembler, even though it doesn't really serve a purpose yet, and the reason for that is that eventually, I mentioned it in the last episode, I believe, that I talked about doing a script that's like, you could go in and enter that you wanted a kind of block somehow, and then it would essentially take the recipe from the assembler and dump it into a storage container. So for that, I think I'm going to have a dedicated assembler that doesn't actually do anything, but like identifies how much of each thing you'd need, or something to that extent. I'm not entirely sure. I've never fooled around really with the programming API enough to know if I can access how many resources are required for a thing. So I'll have to look into that a bit more. But for this episode, I have a couple different mods that I want to play around with. The first one is the gravity walkway things. What are these called? Grav walkway, or grav walk. I don't know what the actual mod's called, but that's what the blocks are called. So you have these panels, and from what I understand, there's one... okay, so there's a flat one, a one-sided rail, a two-sided rail, a corner, ooh, a ramp, and what is the difference between that and that? Oh, that one has a control terminal. Okay. Okay, good. So... what am I going to need for these? Are these all the same? Yeah, it looks like it. So, interior plates, gravity generator components, computer, small tube, grid, construction component. So, I forgot everything I just said. Wow, I am kind of tired. Wow, I only have 6 gravity components? That seems low. Sure, we're gonna need... where did they go? Construction components, steel platings. I know metal grids were in there somewhere. Oh, it was interior plates, not steel plating. Okay. So interior plate, construction component. So basically just the grav gens then. Okay. So, let's get rid of you. Ah, crap. You're gonna be in the way, aren't you? Can I move you? Can I move? No? Of course not. Okay.
Inventory.
Seriously? Oi. Wait a minute, is that floating? It is floating. Dang it, it wasn't connected to anything. Alright, well, no going back now. Here, let's just do that for now. Well, this is interesting. Was not expecting that to happen. Oh, come on. How much weight could you possibly have? I'm just testing the durability of that one little walkway, aren't I? It's probably all of these that's bogging everything down. Okay, so let's do 1, 1, and 1. And of course, I forgot that I needed to pick this up. Oh, okay, cool. So the idea here is that you should be able to place this down, and when it's fully functional... Aha! So as you can see, it changes the gravity. Now, unfortunately, it seems like it's doing it for all over, which is not good. Show on HUD. Where is info? I need show gravity range, and let's turn the antenna back on, because I turned that off. I think you need the antenna for that to show up. No? Why are you not showing up? Show gravity range. Show sensor field range. Maybe that's it. I don't remember. How do I get the little box to show up that shows me where the gravity range is? That's annoying. Oh, wait a minute. No, I turned that on. Show on... I don't like that. Am I missing something? Let's just turn all of these on. Maybe then it'll show it. Nope, not showing it at all. Well, that's unfortunate. I did turn the antenna on, right? Show ship name, enable broadcasting on. What was it that I had to turn on to get it to do? Alright, hold on a minute. So, as we're all keenly aware by now, I can be very derpy. So the reason I couldn't see the gravity field was because it was way too large for me to see. Dirt to dirt. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And I am going to take this one down. I think I'm going to start with a railing, or a ramp. If I can. Can I invert this, maybe? Like, go down. There we go. Can I do that? Like this, and then we could go... I don't know if I can do a block with a rail. Probably not. Apparently I can't even do a block there at all. Which is unfortunate, because that's kind of what I wanted to do. Oh, wait. No, hold on. The whole point of doing this was I wanted it to be the other way. So let's go this way. Now, I'm curious as to why I can't attach a block there. Considering, again, like that's kind of the point, was to do it this way. I don't know. We'll have to work on this a second. But in the meantime, let's just test this out and make sure we can get it to work the way we want it to. You are not doing anything. Why are you not doing anything? Field width. So why you no go? Oh, wait a minute. What is going on with our gravity here? It's like pointed up or something? Oh, that's... okay. Okay. So it's got a conflicting gravities field then. Maybe it won't matter. Maybe this won't matter if it's got a conflict or not. Although I don't know why it didn't show up. Gosh, this is so complicated. I'm just gonna make it very small. Oh wait, no, that's probably what it was. I probably went crazy with that and lowered the acceleration too much. And now why won't it show up though? Show on HUD. There we go. But it's not doing anything to me. Oh, maybe because ramps have the same gravity field? Possibly? Okay, so why can't I put another block next to a ramp? Is it because there's nothing behind it? Okay. Okay, okay. So, I'm kind of figuring out what's going on here. Sorry for all the confusion I'm trying to get. So, what's going on is I can't place a block in free space off of this. So it's got to be connected, which means I've got to get rid of this stuff first so that I can then connect it up. So let's put all this back in here. And we'll go a little bit crazy. And hope nothing falls apart. I'm hoping none of this is being held together by anything. Like this stuff. Please be attached to something. Okay. That should be good enough for now. Wait, hold on. Hooray, nothing floated away. Okay, cool. So, what I may want to do, I don't know if I want to tamper with that at all, is put a corner. Actually, once we're up at this point, we really don't need the gravity part of things. Let's do SF Catwalk corner. Let's do one of these, since they're much cheaper. Oh, I don't have any steel plates on me. Eh. I always need what I don't have. Let's just grab some. And again, I wasn't really planning on taking up all of this. Whoops. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to. Let me pause it for a second, and I'll fiddle around with this off camera, and then we'll see what we get when we're done. Alrighty, so I tweaked this a little bit. It's not quite the same. I couldn't get the ramp to work right. When I put just one of these, the double catwalks, or the double railing, then I could build on top of it. When I did the ramp, it wouldn't go up, which was weird. I don't know if maybe I'm using the ramp in the wrong way, that it's actually supposed to be this way, which would actually make sense, because then it connects. I wasn't really looking at that before, but that would actually let the next one connect, whereas if you did it this way, it's running into the railings. That's probably what it was. That's probably exactly what it was. But I didn't really like this. And my reasoning for that, whoops, wrong button, is that, say I put it here, the railing sticks out into the next block. So there are places where we could use that, but for this, where you've just got like this one pathway, I didn't really want to come around the corner and run into railings. So we did it this way, and you can see I've tweaked the gravity fields. I think they're overlapping, yeah, a little bit. And I think it goes into the floor a hair, but I don't really perceive it to be a problem. I'm kind of excited. Yeah, there's nothing down here, so that little into that one block won't do anything. That's interesting, though. The medical bay is exposed. I thought I sealed that. I guess not. So yeah, this is kind of cool. It's one of the few projects that I've done that actually worked somewhat correctly. And you can see there's a grav field there that bleeds in a little bit. So what I did was I narrowed them down. I put them all in a group, the grav railing to the cockpit. You'll have to figure out the width, height, and depth as to which field is applying to where, because depending on how you place these down will change what directions they are and that kind of thing. So you'll have to kind of just play with it. Like, for example, the depth on this one goes wide. It's this way. I don't know if it's supposed to be or not. And width goes this way, and then height goes like this for this particular setup, the way I have it. So I've got them down to 3, 2, and 3 with 1.0 gravity, and it sticks out far enough that you don't have to actually jump or like tap or anything. Like you can just walk in. You do stand a little bit weird because of the gravity field from the main gravity generator. If there was no gravity in this ship, then it would apply better. But so you walk a little funny going up, but then like this, the boxes here overlap enough that, sorry, I'm trying to get the third person to work right. So you can see that there's a gap right where the torch nozzle is, right there, where there's no gravity. It doesn't apply to this one, and it doesn't apply to this one. The nice thing is, because we're going down, if you fall, the other catwalk catches you, because it's thick enough that you'll fall into it. And if you're going fast enough, the next one will catch you too. So there's a little bit of a point where you kind of look like you're falling, going down, but we can just, you know, walk up, and then when we go to walk back down, you can just keep holding forward, and bada bing, all good. So we actually have a gravitated walkway. I don't know if that's a word or not, but it should be. So now let's go in and turn show on HUD off. We'll turn the where'd my antenna go? Oh, there it is. I keep forgetting I renamed it. We'll turn the antenna off, and then we'll turn this off. So now it just looks like a catwalk. I want to go up to the cockpit. Here. So I'd like to do this where all of the passages are, is have little grav walkways, so we don't have to have the, you know, turn the jetpack on, go down, all that stuff. Alright, so one project out of the way. I'm happy about that. It actually worked. Most of my projects end up being derpy and don't end up working correctly. If only the sorting or the building code script that I want to write in the programmable block would work that simply, I'll be very happy. So the other set I saw is these modular thrusters, which looked really cool. I saw them on the workshop, so I grabbed them. I don't know that I'll be applying them to anything today, but that is a mod in mind that I want to play around with, because it's pretty interesting that you can do... I can just show it off a little bit here. So it's like, this is like a corner or a side thruster, so you could put one there and then put one of these, that's just a center, and you could do a long strip and then put a rotated cap on the end like this. So you don't have to actually build thruster to thruster, you could build long strips of thrusters and things like that. There's also these, which make like a corner if you wanted to have a multi-layer. These are just center, so if you had like a thing that didn't have a corner and you just needed a middle thruster. So there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of these things. One's like this. The other one is like so. I don't know what the difference is between these two. Oh, I see. I see. This one is center. Oh. No, they're just different. Okay. Well, this one has a horizontal thumbnail. This one has a rotation like this. So that's probably for along there. And then, of course, you have single thrusters that have like just all squared. And then there's these, which I didn't know were even in the pack, but they're massive by the looks of things. And I'm guessing this one's a bit smaller. Yeah. And then the last one is like this. So there's some interesting thrusters you could do with this. But somebody in the comments, the name escapes me at the moment, I apologize for that, finally identified the thrusters that we saw in the last episode of the Inspiration series, where I discussed the X-Wings and the A-Wings could move without there being a thruster, but they weren't getting damaged, so they had interior thrusters somewhere, and I could not figure out what mod they were using. Well, as it turns out, it's the electromagnetic thrusters, which look like these guys. Now, I have not worked with them before. It also adds a new assembler block called a magnetron, but I don't know what is involved in that. Let's find out. Power pack. Okay, magnetron. 30 iron, 5 nickel, 5 cobalt, 0.4 platinum. Is that the same as a thruster component, I wonder? 30, 10, 1.4. So this uses cobalt, this uses nickel instead of gold, and less cobalt and more nickel. Okay, but the steel, or the iron and the platinum is the same on a magnetron. Okay, so it shouldn't be that much more expensive. But there's two different ones. There's this one, and then there's a large thruster, so a small and a large. But because they're supposed to be electromagnetic thrusters, sorry, I'm not getting a good angle on this to really show it off, am I? It is important to note this is a work-in-progress mod, so it's been identified as that by the creator, that, you know, the textures and stuff may not be accurate, or there might be weird things. I'm guessing the X is the end of the thruster. I could be wrong. It could be this flat square. It actually might be the flat square, because as I'm looking at the thumbnails, in the large thruster, the big light bulb looking part is the thruster, and that's the way it looks in the thumbnail. So maybe it is this side that's the actual thruster, and the coils are what's charging it. Anyways, the point is, because of the fiction behind the mod is that it's electromagnetism instead of an actual engine thruster. I don't know if I'm getting all the scientific terms right or not. It could still be considered an engine, I don't know. But, so because it's electromagnetic and not an actual, like, flame type thruster, it will not cause block damage because it isn't actually putting out any thrust from a combustion standpoint. So, again, take the science with a grain of salt, because I'm not sure if I got that right or not. That's what I assume. It does, to balance the mod though, it doesn't do as much thrust, which is important to note. I think the statistics is a 3-to-1 ratio, that you would need 3 of the small thrusters to equal 1 of the regular small thrusters, but it uses half the power. So half the power, but a third of the thrust is kind of the math that I got from that. So I'm not going. I guess we're out of time. This catwalk took me longer than I expected, but so we're not really going to mess with that today. But in the next episode, more than likely, I might try and implement that on a mining ship so that we can contain everything within it. That's what I want. That's really why I wanted these. Not so much because they might need more thrusters, but just because you could contain it within a housing and not have to worry about it damaging the interior. You could put it right next to a cargo block without destroying the cargo. Like, it has a lot of implications. One last thing before we go is I finished the batteries in here, which are apparently fully charged. That's awesome. I've had the reactor running and these were set to recharge mode, so we've got the glass in place and we've got 6 batteries functional. Now the next step is going to be adding in the solar panel, so that hopefully by the time next episode rolls around I'll be able to do that, and then we can work on some other stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!